We're following breaking news right now at 6. Alaska Airlines says it's experiencing an IT outage that's affecting operations. On X, the company says a temporary ground stop is in place. The airline recommends checking your flight status if you're flying tonight. We'll continue to monitor the situation.
In another news today, 4 major Alaska land and energy projects approved by President Donald Trump. That includes natural resources, also developments like the Ambler Road project we will discuss.
And those announcements come after President Trump approved $25 million in federal disaster aid to help the people of Western Alaska after former Typhoon Halong. Senator Dan Sullivan, along with officials from FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security, plan to visit Western Alaska. For scale, here's a look right now on your screen at all of the communities affected by this storm.
Our investigative team looking at critical resource questions after former Typhoon Halong impacted more than, as you saw, 50 Western Alaska communities.
Now leaders in cities and boroughs across the state, including Anchorage and Bethel, are working to determine what money and resources they'll need to serve as evacuation hubs.
Our investigative reporter Johnson Kuhn joins us at the desk. Johnson, we still have a lot of unknowns, huh?
Well, that's right. We kept hearing this would have a lot to do with the federal disaster declaration, which happened yesterday. So now, as communities, especially Anchorage and Bethel, work through this, everyone says they're trying to understand what money and resources will be available. We know housing and food are big issues, and the short answer is from everyone we talk to, it's still just a little too early.
And Johnson, you just learned some new numbers. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So this will actually speak a lot to how much is unknown. The Anchorage mayor said the other day more than 600 people were in shelters. And then today, the state's telling us that in the last hour, about 300 were in the 2 Anchorage shelters. We know the city has talked about hotel options, and we know many people are also staying with friends and family. So the numbers question is still one that people are working to answer as well.
Well, Johnson Kuhn, we appreciate your reporting. Johnson's full report on our website right now, and we'll have more on this tonight on the late edition. Thanks, Johnson.
All right, Johnson, thank you. And if you've got a tip for our investigative team, you can reach them at 2investigates@ktuu.com. You can also call the number on your screen. That's 833-907-TIPS.
Tomorrow night, we're going to continue to share stories, also highlight stories of survival from people impacted by former Typhoon Halong. Again, that's tomorrow night, KTUU Channel 2. The hour-long broadcast, Healing from Halong, runs from 6 p.m. to 7.
And we know that evacuees lost a lot in those floods, including stores of subsistence foods that were meant to last through this winter.
Lauren Maxwell, she's got more on new efforts to try to get people traditional foods that they crave.
So these salmon were caught this year.
Nikki Corbett drove up from Soldotna, her minivan packed with coolers filled with food.
There's also fish eggs.
But not just any food.
We say yukduk food.
Native food. The kind Corbett says villagers are likely missing most.
We rely heavily on the foods that are off of the land. And so to lose all of that is just... It's not only all your foods, but all of your hard work that you've spent all summer sort of gathering and preparing for the winter.
So I had bones that were ready that I could bring with me.
From moose bones for soup to fish heads to bake.
We've got salmon heads ready to be eaten.
It's a taste of home you won't find in a store. Corbett is taking it all to the Alaska Native Heritage Center.
We have a lot more foods that we're hoping to get. This is the first round.
They formed a partnership with the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium to collect traditional food.
So we are asking our community to donate traditional Alaska Native foods, whether that's to the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium or to the Alaska Native Heritage Center. And the foods that are donated will get directly into the hands and the bellies of our relatives who are here in Anchorage.
Nikki Corbett says sharing food can also send a message to those who've lost a lot.
And just to know that, like, they are so loved.
She says the community is ready to help them heal. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Now, we should note that food will be accepted both locations Monday through Friday during their business hours. You can find more details, how to donate, on our website.
All right, and here's another way you can help our fellow Alaskans. KTUU Channel 2 is partnering with the American Red Cross to help Alaskans recover from Halong. To donate, scan the QR code on your screen, or you can text Red Cross to 90999. When you give, be sure to select Alaska Storms and Floods in the drop-down menu so your donation goes directly to help families here at home.
All right, well, the rain has returned to South Central. Rain, but how long until that's going to be snow falling?
We've got Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry joining us now. Melissa.
Yeah, John, I guess so. We are definitely watching those snow lines, watching that freezing level inching lower and lower, and it's not going to be long before we start to see snow pushing in here across more areas in South Central. Right now, still too warm, 40 degrees in Anchorage and in Palmer. Fairbanks, so you can see snow there on the rooftop of the Fairbanks Airport. Beautiful sunset there tonight. Slushy conditions on the runway, but we will see more light snow in Fairbanks tomorrow. Ketchikan, that's where we're seeing heavy rain and high wind, with temperatures still sitting in the 50s. That area of low pressure also bringing the rain to South Central, and some locations will still see chances for some snow from that. But in Southeast, again, flood advisory still in effect for the Ward Lakes Recreation Area, and we have seen those wind gusts up near 70 miles per hour, Metlakatla and in Heidelberg overnight. Now, looking ahead, we are going to still see wet conditions for the coastal areas of South Central and Southeast. Mountains across the Kenai Mountains will see chances for some light snow heading into tomorrow morning, while Anchorage and the lower elevations continue to see just rain. Light snow is going to continue to fall across the interior heading through the day on Friday. Temperatures do hold above freezing overnight tonight in Anchorage, only dipping into the mid-30s with high temperatures back into the 40s. We'll even see some sun breaks in the second half of the day. A few showers are possible on Saturday, but we don't really see a chance for any significant rain-snow mix until next week. So we still have some time before that gets here. But again, be prepared for light snow in Fairbanks and that heavy rain in Juneau. We'll have a look at that extended forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Melissa. Check back in just a little bit. The Trump administration has approved 4 major Alaska land and energy projects. That includes oil drilling in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, or ANWR, also 3 other controversial developments, including Ambler Road.
The administration has opened 1.5 million acres of the Alaska Wildlife Refuge for drilling, finalized Ambler Road permits, and moved forward with a road connecting King Cove to Cold Bay. 3 Alaska Native Vietnam veterans also received 160 acres of land each. Alaska's congressional delegation, Governor Mike Dunleavy, and Senator Lisa Murkowski support the actions.
Now, on the other hand, environmental groups and some Alaska Native tribes oppose the King Cove Road. They say it will destroy critical bird habitats essential for food security, also culture. King Cove residents have sought the road for 50 years, saying it's vital for emergency medical access to the airport at Cold Bay.
And transitioning now, the man accused of shooting and killing another man at a Circle K gas station in Anchorage last week has been indicted for murder by a grand jury.
36-year-old Joshua Gibbs is charged in the death of his former neighbor, 49-year-old Charles Jackson Jr. The shooting occurred October 15th at the 36th and C Street Circle K in Anchorage. Gibbs also facing charges of misconduct involving weapons and assault. He remains in custody, bail set $250,000. Gibbs is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow.
Seward Highway is back to normal after a fiery crash closed it in both directions near Scooter Avenue this morning.
Anchorage police and fire departments responded around 8:30 this morning in the southbound lanes of the highway. Drivers were directed to avoid that area as lanes were closed for hours. Police say 2 people were taken to the hospital, and currently we are trying to figure out their conditions, also what led up to the crash.
And the Fairbanks North Star Borough is updating its comprehensive plan and wants to know what the public may want added or changed.
Starting in November, the borough will host 7 community gatherings to gather feedback. And they hope to add feedback from the people into their final product. The 20-year plan covers a variety of subjects in borough operation like education, transportation, housing, and more. The mayor says the comprehensive plan is put together by a group of community stakeholders, but driven by public comment.
We decide what we want to put into it by the surveys that we hear from the public. That's how we prioritize what is needed. Then we've got another committee here that's got about 13 to 15 people on it from all different sectors and stakeholders in the community that then listen to what the public has put in as their opinions and their thoughts for their neighborhoods, and then it puts that into play within the comp plan.
Updates have been in the works for about a year. Mayor Hopkins expects the plan to be finalized around the beginning of 2027.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.